Bro, what did we do now, guys? I don't know. We seem to always kind of be in the middle of everything, weirdly. But all right, listen, guys, the name of the video is North Korea vows toughest anti-America policies ahead of Trump's second term. Bro, we sent you a record, right? We did that. We called you Rocket Man and all these other nice things that were okay and decent. Why are you angry now? Let's check it out. Let's jump into it.
Growing hostility from North Korea. Kim Jong-un vowing to unleash what he calls the toughest anti-American policies ahead of President Trump's second term. Let's bring in General Jack Keane. My pleasure, sir. It's great to be with you. We appreciate your insights all year long. And here we are on the cusp of a new year and a second Trump administration. I have to say, President Trump had this kind of a romance going with Kim Jong-un for a while, the first U.S. president to step into North Korea. They talked about the love letters and their relationship, and is the romance over already before it's yet to begin again?
Well, it ended in 2019 when President Trump walked out of the negotiations that were taking place in Hanoi. And then it was as a result of those negotiations and the Trump administration realized that Kim Jong-un was all talk. He was not going to walk.
Did you call him Putin Jong-un? Let me hear that again.
In place in Hanoi. And then it was as a result of those negotiations and the Trump administration realized that Kim Jong-un was all talk. He was not going to walk away from his nuclear program. And as a result of that, we pretty much broke off any thought that some nuclear deal was going to be made. Yeah, I mean, when President Trump took power, Jun was testing, if you recall, ballistic short-range missiles, some long-range missiles, and then developed, as you indicated, a very conciliatory tone. This time he has a confrontational tone. I think he recognizes that he's competing with a war in Ukraine, a war in the Middle East, and China's aggression in the Pacific. He's competing for attention. Right. And likely that's what he's trying to get here. And what is he really after? He wants to be accepted as a nuclear power, as the other nuclear powers in the world are accepted by the international community. And then he wants normal trade relations and removal of the sanctions, even though he gets around the UN sanctions because Russia and China help him out in terms of backdooring those sanctions. Right. He really wants normal economic relations.
Guys, listen, unfortunately, we're not ever going to treat them normal. And the reason why is because of how they treat their citizenry, guys. Like, go back to what the 90s, 80s, guys, during apartheid South Africa, guys. The entire world shut them out, and they made them come to terms with how the rest of the world is basically functioning. And under no circumstance am I going to be team, let's act like North Korea is doing what North Korea is doing to their citizens, guys. Let's act like that's not happening. Now, keep this in mind. Do we deserve to stand on the moral high ground in the West here, guys? No, we do not, because no, we do not. Let's just stop it right there. All right, we don't. A lot of the things that the UN basically targets other like smaller nations for are happening within the borders of the United States of America. Okay, there are some places in the United States of America where we could actually, where we seriously need UN assistance. A lot of these places are in the South, like super rural areas, guys. They're like third world countries. Some of these like super rural areas. Okay, but that's not the point here. The point is that I do not think that we need to just ignore what Kim Jong-un is doing to the people of North Korea. We should not just accept it. We're not going to accept it. I won't accept it. I'm sure you guys won't accept it. And if you're trying to normalize it and saying, listen, we're going to be super anti-American now because you guys won't normalize our debauchery. Okay, honestly, truthfully, I think we should probably be doing the same thing to Eritrea. Eritrea is basically the African North Korea, but for some reason it's not spoken about in the same vein, but it is in fact basically the same exact thing, guys.
That's what he is attempting to achieve. In the face of what? In the face of two aggressive South Korean administrations that have really increased their military capability and worked much stronger with the United States in terms of an exercise program, and also in the face of regional confrontation with Japan, South Korea, and the United States coming together in an historic relationship, particularly bringing South Korea and Japan together.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons for that is certainly China, but the other reason is North Korea. So that's what he's facing out there. He's facing more confrontation, more isolation, and he's trying to change the table here in terms of relationships with the United States.
Yeah, this tone he's taking. Also, he's North Korea aligning themselves with Russia, helping out with the war in Ukraine. Is this a major concern?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the reality of it doesn't get the play that it should get. North Korea has come in and declared war against Ukraine on the side of Russia, much as Italy did on the side of Germany during World War II. So we have two powers aligned together to defeat Ukraine, an independent country. And that is that is the most significant escalation of the war, not a weapon system, another country fighting side by side with Russia. And not only that, but they provide them with significant ballistic missiles, significant artillery ammunition, and artillery weapons themselves. So they are a major aid to Russia in its attempt to try to defeat Ukraine. And that relationship is going to continue.
Yeah, and concerns about the reciprocal nature potentially down the road of enhancing North Korea's abilities as well. General Jack Keane, thank you so much. Always appreciate your analysis, and Happy New Year to you.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you, Molly, and the team. Yeah, thank you.
I'm Steve Duke.
All right, guys. Yeah, let's not normalize what they're doing, guys. All right. I understand they're sick of it. They're just like, bro, why can't we just live our best lives? You can, right? Just become normal, I'd say. Well, how about that? Sounds terrible, right? I think that sounds bad. I think that sounds really bad because this normal is also subjective. Because for the people of North Korea, that may just be normal. That's what life is, which it kind of has to be for them, right? But I don't know, bro. I don't like it. Like, I see it, and I may just be looking through my Western eyes and looking at it as crazy. And I look at, again, Eritrea, East Africa, Northeast Africa, let's say, the same exact way as I look at North Korea. And I'm just like, bro, you can't, like, the rest of the world doesn't do these crazy things anymore to their citizens. Like, that's not normal, bro. Right? I don't want to accept it. I just don't, personally. I mean, who am I? I'm just me, because I'm giving you my opinion. I don't want to accept that as normal. And also at the same time, how can you be considered on the stage of the world when you don't have that many people in your country? That's like Andorra stepping up and saying, I want to be a world power. Bro, you have like 1 million people in your country. What are you talking about? And I may be exaggerating on that, bro. I mean, I get it. You want to be a world power, but why? Your country is not large enough. It would definitely be better. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the reunification of Korea. I'm not doing that, right? Because South Korea does not. I don't think that should ever be that again, right? But you guys need help, okay? All right, and you're dealing with the ops basically of the West exclusively. What makes you think that we're going to release anything to you? We're going to say, you know what? Let's just go ahead and accept all of what they do and accept it as normal. No, it's just okay. Bro, we did not accept South Africa as normal. So what makes you think we're just going to bow down, for the most part, to the tyranny that you're basically committing onto your citizens? We're not doing that, bro. Forget that. No, thank you. Pass. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. This is my lightsaber. Hey guys, you guys subscribe to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Oh, also, Mr. L. Boyd Discusses. Guys, check it out. And if you haven't heard it today, you're amazing.